The idea of Johnny Cash being an evil person in a fictional criminal episode of Columbo seems to be a lot less far-fetched than a lot of people think. You got to understand, in the mid-1970s, a lot of country music stars were doing crossover in crime. Now, this episode of Columbo in 1974, March 3rd, called Swan Song, he plays a gospel singing superstar called Tommy Brown, who is unable to enjoy the usual benefits of fame and wealth, as his zealous and jealous wife, Edna, played by Adi Lupino, can prove he had committed statutory rape of one of his backup singers, Marianne. She watches him carefully when he's touring and even blackmails him into giving all the proceeds from his concert to her ministry. Now, Tommy decides to fight back by killing Edna and Marianne. He drugs both women to sleep while piloting a small private plane flying to LA, then parachutes from the plane before it crashes into desert mountains. And if you see the scene in the episodes, it's real well put together. He plays a very devious country star. Now, Brown does land roughly, hurting his leg. He hides the parachute and lies down near the burning plane wreckage, making it seem like he was thrown clear in a tragic crash caused by flying through bad weather. The FAA investigator, played by John Daner, is ready to rule the crash was an accident. Edna's brother, however, Luke, played by Bill McKinney, appeals to Columbo to consider the case of possible homicide based on his mistrust of Tommy. Now, it's a very straightforward thing where Columbo is interviewing all the major suspects, including Johnny Cash. And Columbo's investigation eventually leads them to conclude that Brown must have used a homemade parachute to jump from the plane in midair, which he had then hid somewhere in the mountains. Columbo tells Brown that a Boy Scout troop will be scouring the mountains for the thermos bottle that contained the drugs. However, Brown seems unperturbed. At the airport before Brown is about to fly off to a concert, Columbo notices Brown taking his car rental keys with him onto the plane. Because he doesn't return the keys, Columbo concludes that Brown must be returning to LA. That night, Brown drives up into the mountains and unearths the parachute, but he's caught bringing it back to the rental car by Columbo, hiding in wait. I relieve Brown asks Columbo if he's afraid to be alone with a killer, and Columbo, in one of his best lines of the series, plays Brown's songs and says, "Anyone who sings that well can't be all that bad." It's a very quick 2 hour, 1 hour, 42-hour episode of Columbo. Now, when Columbo first started, pretty much he wasn't fully into the character. He was still, the pilots for the series were played by other people in one case. But by 1974, Columbo was very straightforward. Now, the mystery movie format, initially the Columbo episodes were around 69, 70 minutes. This is a full 93 minutes spread over 2 hours. But Johnny Cash gives a very dynamite performance. Now, Vision TV in Canada has been showing a lot of the old Columbo episodes in sequence in recent months. So it might take a little while to see it. But can you imagine this? It'd be similar nowadays to maybe John Mayer or Taylor Swift in a CSI or Law and Order and being the killer at the start of the episode and found out the end. That's why Columbo was quite good. I saw the episode when it came out originally in 1974. I give it 4 stars out of 5. But the look on Johnny Cash's eyes where he's trying to get all the parachute together before being caught. And Lupino, a little bit of an age difference, but the cast and this, like I said, is well put together. They knew they were acting with Johnny Cash. Now, it's too bad Elvis would have done a Columbo. I think it would have been very similar. And Johnny Cash said in passing, more music stars should do Columbos because no matter what happens, everybody's going to watch. I think Columbo was getting between 50 and 30 million viewers per movie or per episode, which was, again, a 2-hour episode. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be first in a number of Columbo podcasts we're doing in a short while on request. If we like what we're doing here, give us a like, comment, subscribe, or share. Thanks for listening. Bye.